So, is the upcoming STEP English test making you feel the pressure? Yeah, you're not alone. But what if I told you that acing this test isn't about memorizing a dictionary? It's really all about having the right strategy. In this explainer, we're going to skip the boring textbook stuff and actually practice real STEP style questions together. My whole goal here is to give you the confidence and the tools you need to walk into that exam room and just, well, crush it. So let's get started. Look, these tests can feel like a huge mountain to climb, but the secret isn't knowing everything, it's knowing how to tackle each question. Today, we're going to break the test down into simple, easy-to-handle parts. And for each part, we'll practice a strategy that actually works. I promise by the end of this, you're not just going to feel more prepared, you'll have a solid game plan to get the best score you can. So here's our plan. First, we're cracking the overall code, just getting into the right mindset. Then we'll dive straight into strategies for reading and data, because that's where you really need to be quick. After that, we are going to untangle some of that tricky grammar so you can pick up some easy points. And to wrap it all up, we'll put everything together into a winning game plan you can take with you on test day. All right, let's get into it. Before you even glance at the first question, you need a strategy. Seriously, think of it like a game. You wouldn't run out onto the field for a championship match without a game plan, would you? Of course not. Same thing applies to the STEP test. It's not just about what you know, it's about how you use that knowledge when the clock is ticking. First up, reading and data. Now, in these sections, your biggest enemy is the clock. It's so easy to get lost in these long passages and complicated-looking charts. But here's the secret, okay? You don't actually need to read every single word. The key is to work smarter, not harder. This right here, this is the four-step method that is going to save you so much time. It's simple, but it's powerful. You always read the question first. Why? Because it tells your brain exactly what to hunt for. Step 2, you pinpoint the keywords in that question. Step 3, you scan, and I mean scan, not read, the passage for those keywords. And then, step 4, the answer will pretty much jump right out at you. Let's try it out. Okay, check this out. A real question from a practice test. First, we read the question. According to paragraph 1, when Ali won the gold medal, he was... What are our keywords here? Pretty obvious, right? Won the gold medal. So we're not digging for his whole life story, just what he was at that exact moment. Now we just scanned that first paragraph for our keywords. Won the gold medal. And there it is. The sentence says, when he was still an amateur, he won the light heavyweight gold medal. The answer is sitting right there. See? We didn't even have to read the whole paragraph. And just like that, by following those simple steps, we found our answer, an amateur boxer. In, a few seconds? This is a perfect example of how this strategy helps you cut through the noise, save precious time, and avoid getting sidetracked. And guess what? This same question for a strategy is an absolute game changer for data questions, too. It's so easy to look at a chart like this and just have your eyes glaze over with all the numbers and labels. But if you read the question first, in what month was the number of visitors the lowest, you know exactly what your mission is. With that question locked in our minds, we're not trying to understand every peak and valley on this chart. We're just looking for one thing, the shortest bar. Your eyes go right to it, don't they? The lowest point is clearly December. Done. On to the next question. That's how fast it can be. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about grammar. I know, this section can be intimidating for a lot of people, but here's the good news. The STEP test isn't trying to trick you with some ancient, obscure grammar rule. It's all about recognizing a few common patterns. Once you know what to look for, these questions can actually be some of the easiest points you'll get. All right, let's look at this punctuation question. The wrong answer uses semicolons all over the place. Now, this is a super common trap. Just remember this, a semicolon is like a strong period. It connects two complete standalone sentences. But when he came home isn't a full sentence, right? It needs more information. That's why the correct version uses a simple comma to connect it to the main idea. Easy. Word order questions are really just about logic. I mean, read that first sentence out loud. It's a jumbled mess. The easiest way to solve these is to think like you're telling a story. Who's the story about? Jane. What's she doing? Going on a work trip. Where's she going? To Jubail. And when? Next week. You see, when you put it in that logical order, it just flows naturally. Jane is going on a work trip to Jubail next week. Perfect. And finally, we have these paragraph ordering questions. These can look chaotic, but your goal is just to build a logical story. First, you have to find the main idea, the most general sentence. That's sentence 3. Then find the sentence that naturally follows that up, which is sentence 4, naming the most famous competition. From there, it's just about adding layers. You add some history with sentence 5, a specific example with sentence 1, and then a final supporting detail with sentence 2. And there you have it. When you follow that logical flow, you get a perfectly coherent paragraph. Each sentence just builds on the one before it, telling a clear story. It's basically like putting a puzzle together, one piece at a time. Okay, deep breath. We've tackled reading, data, and grammar. Now let's boil it all down into a super simple, easy-to-remember game plan that you can take into the test with you. This is it, your winning game plan. 4 simple rules. Number 1, question first, passage second. Every single time. It keeps you focused and saves time. 2, use the process of elimination. Getting rid of the obviously wrong answers makes finding the right ones so much easier. 3, trust the grammar rules. They're your friends, not your enemies. They're there to guide you. And number 4, scan. Don't read everything. Your job is to find the answer as fast as you can. This is your blueprint for success. And that's our plan. Look, you've seen the strategies, you've practiced the questions. The step test is all about skills, and today you've sharpened those skills. So please walk into that test with confidence, trust your strategy, and just show them what you know. You are ready for this. You've got this.